Hiroshi Matsuyama written a book about game development and experiences that he's went through. It's a book that you can easily buy on Amazon. I'll link the link in the description so that you can check it out for yourself. So there's one section in the book that is titled, "Can you use the Naruto engine to make a game?" No. Here he explains how overall he feels like it's very lazy to go about using the Naruto engine for other companies to use for their other games. I'll explain more in detail now. Hiroshi goes on to say the following. It was after our big worldwide success with Naruto that we started getting attention from a wide range of people. With our fame came a slew of offers from a variety of companies, from various industries. At the very least, it's something that we're very happy about and very grateful for. We're extremely happy to talk with anyone who reaches out to us. However, there's no promise we can take on any project. After we succeeded with Naruto, the majority of the offers that came our way started with the line, quote, "CyberConnect 2, is your production line free? We have a project we love for you to work on," end quote. Of course, there's no way we can say, quote, "let's get started," end quote, right away, but we would start by giving them a chance to discuss their ambitions with us. Here's a list of patterns of how the talks usually go. Pattern 1. We have a certain project that's on the table that's being made into a movie or TV anime next year. We'd like for you to make a game for it. We want it to be an anime action game with the same engine used for Naruto. Pattern 2. We have the game rights to a TV anime that's airing right now. We asked another company to develop it, but it's not going so well. We'd like you to take over for them and finish the project using the Naruto engine. We'd like you to put things together for us. And lastly, pattern 3, quote, "The original creator of the work we have the game rights for saw your Naruto game and really liked it. He specifically asked for CyberConnect 2 to make the game based on his work. Can we ask you to make it?" End quote. These are all great offers and we're extremely flattered to have them brought to our doors. Pattern 3 is especially fortuitous for the developer. I mean, who wouldn't be happy to have the original creator of a work specifically ask us to make his game? CyberConnect 2 doesn't just accept any job that falls in front of our noses. It would be possible for us to accept jobs that come one after another, yes. However, I don't believe that's the way to go. In order to become a company that is, quote, chosen, we need to, quote, choose our jobs. Normally, I'd jump out of my chair in joy if I was told a manga artist chose us for his game. At the same time, I have to think, quote, is this manga and anime really going to be loved as much and as long as Naruto, end quote, and quote, is this a job that only we can handle, end quote. Finally, I have to discern if the company, publisher, bringing the proposal from pattern 1 and 2 has the same amount of determination and sense of responsibility as we do. Well, from the get-go, I really despise it when people ask me to make a game with the Naruto engine like pattern 1. You might think I'm being harsh, but no, I'm not. I want you to remember what I said in the last chapter. There's a lot more responsibility involved when making a licensed game as opposed to an original one. Why do all these people insist that we make their game using the Naruto engine? Everyone's answer is the same when we ask them. They want to make a game making process that's easy and as quick as possible, fast and cheap for a bigger profit. They must think it would be easy since we already have the Naruto engine and it's made such a best-selling game. This is how I respond every time. Quote, "Thank you for your time. We really appreciate the offer. Of course, I've read the original manga and I love it. I'm looking forward to the anime too. In terms of making a game though, we can't use the Naruto engine. If we want to make a game, we need to start from scratch. That engine was specifically made for Naruto and it's been made and refined in such a way that it can show the beauty only Naruto has within the confines of a video game," end quote. Then he goes on to say, quote, "The Naruto engine does not fit the project that you're proposing. Even if we did make it with the Naruto engine, it'd only be style and no substance. If you're going to do it with us, we need to be prepared and have a good amount of time to develop a proper budget to do so. It'd be rude to not only the author, but the manga fans as well. Just a fair warning, we're probably much harder to work with than you can imagine. You'll probably think that we're selfish. That's because we have to be selfish to get the job done and get it right," end quote. Then he continues by saying, quote, "Are you prepared to give everything for this property for the next 10 years? That's the kind of work we want to be a part of, and we seek the same ideals from the partner we work with. I believe that's what it means to entrust a property to another. You need that much passion and dedication in order to live up to expectations of the original creator, as well as the fans. I like to say that the bare basics of making a licensed game, would you like to start from zero with us?" End quote. Just as about everyone says, quote, "maybe another time," end quote, when I finish that speech. I can't read minds, but these kind of proposals end after just one meeting. It's just as I thought when I was younger. In making a licensed game, developers are the last defense. Only someone who loves the original work more than anyone should have the right to make it. If they don't, they won't have the power to push through when things get tough. I can only imagine a very, very sad game being put into the world. Developers have to be the one to cut those heavy chains weighing the game down. This is a principle I've continuously kept in my mind and stuck into the past 10 years and then some, with licensing holders and industry members calling out for our collaboration. Though the original creator and license holder would never ignore a publisher and go straight to the developer in truth, of course I'm happy to have them consider me, but you can't just forget the process. Quote, "The one developing the game will be the one who loves it the most," end quote. He says, "I have to be able to put as much love into the project as I did with Naruto." He says, quote, "We're very grateful for your offer. However, we're going to have to focus on just Naruto right now," end quote. I tell the license holders of another property, quote, "Once we become big enough that we can take on another project, we can put all of our strength into making. We'll be sure to get in touch," end quote. Somewhere along the way, people start saying that we're a company that doesn't have the drive to make anything but Naruto. Quote, "No, that is not the case. Of course we have the drive. We're just waiting for the right time to come when we can get big enough to put all of our heart and soul into another property," end quote. I would love to tell them, quote, "Please let us talk again about working together when that happens," end quote. As you can see, Hiroshi Matsuyama clearly hates it when people come to him and ask him about making another property using the Storm engine, and we kind of tend to fall into looking at other arena fighters as Storm clones when they're not exactly that. And CyberConnect 2 has been able to work on this series for nearly a decade, maybe a little bit more. So they had a lot of time and a lot of polish to make what we have today. I can only imagine Bandai hitting up CC2 to ask him to make games like Jujutsu Kaisen or Fairy Tail or any other of these games that came out as of recent, even the ones that completely bombed. I would not be surprised if they had asked CyberConnect 2 first to work on these titles before. With that said, I know we have Demon Slayer, which is similar to Naruto in a sense, but that was made with Unreal Engine, that wasn't used by the Storm engine. And there are some similarities that we can put together as far as the combat, but it's still its own game. So CC2 was still able to figure out a way where like it's familiar to people who play the Storm series, but it's its own game and it's using its own engine. So his statement still rings true as far as that. All right, that's it for today. This is Shonen Games, and if you like this video, give it a like, subscribe, and let me know what you think. I'm reading all the comments. I'll see you guys next time.